good morning or good afternoon, good night, whatever time zone you guys are on. But for me, it's early morning. It's been a little bit since I've been on camera. I've kind of slowed down in the content creation game, but the whole reason of this video is actually just to show up and kind of tell you why and what's going on. First things first is, have I stopped doing what I'm doing? Absolutely not. I've actually been doing getting deeper into the AI space, so that's actually kind of taken a little bit away from being able to create content. Now, am I still doing just n8n tutorials? Absolutely not. And I'll explain why, and I'll explain what I'm kind of moving to here in a couple minutes. Now, before everyone starts freaking out and they start thinking that I'm saying that n8n is dead, no, I still actually use n8n. It actually is still the core, I guess I want to say, foundation of my new position in the AI space. So without further ado, I figure we'll just jump into some things and just kind of talk away and see what happens. There's no script for this video or anything like that, but essentially is I now am switching from just AI n8n YouTuber to AI agency owner. Now, why am I doing this when I started growing a pretty good following? People started joining my school. I think I have over 500 people in my free school just from doing n8n tutorials. And I'll explain why. One of the main reasons is social proof. Why do people follow and listen to anybody nowadays? Well, it's probably because they've done something in the space. They've made money. If we're being honest, now people will watch tutorials, right? If they want to find something out real quick, like n8n how to, they'll watch the video, but that person won't become like a big influence to them. They won't become like someone that they consistently watch, right? It'll be a quick one-off tutorial, but when you have social proof, when you have proven to have made money in the space that you're teaching people what to do, like I was teaching people how to build inside of n8n, which I'm very good at, but that's just not enough. So I'm doing it for the social proof to say, hey, look, guys, I've been able to take this skill that I've learned over the last year and a half, and I've been able to actually build a successful business in it. Now I'm able to grow my personal brand and make content teaching people how to do what I just did, which is what ultimately anybody cares about, which is making money. The next reason is for myself. And what do I mean when I say for myself? The reason why I'm starting an AI agency. There's something, it kind of ties into the last point. There's something about being able, there's just a difference, right, between growing a YouTube channel, just teaching people how to do something, and actually growing a successful business. Okay. When you grow a successful business, whatever space you're in, whatever niche you're in, whatever space you're in, you learn the most valuable skills that will carry on to any niche, any business model ever. You learn sales skills. You learn how to run sales calls. You learn how to construct an offer, how to service people or deliver on your offer, pricing, how to manage multiple clients, how to hire people. You learn business. And I think this skill for myself is a skill that I want to learn because maybe the AI agency model isn't always going to be a thing. We know n8n isn't always going to be a thing, and that's because AI is evolving so fast. So the reason why I do want to start an AI agency while it's still a relatively new business model is to learn the business skills that whenever times change, I have those skills to then be able to pivot into any model, any business model, and be able to make it successful. Another reason why I'm doing it is I'm going to say speed. Now, what do I mean when I say speed? Okay. The reason why I'm starting an AI agency compared to what I was doing is because speed to income and speed to growth. Okay. When you are trying to be a content creator, a YouTube creator that's trying to grow their channel and trying to grow a school community, teaching people and all that stuff, and you don't have social proof, right? It's very hard to have people want to pay you to teach them. And I agree. I 100% agree. That's why I have a free school community, right? You got to pay the bills. You got to keep the lights on somehow. And this is the AI agency model can be very quickly to at least cover your bills. And then when you start to get that income, right, people want to watch you on your journey. People want to see you document your journey, right? They want to see you go from zero. They want to see if it's possible to go from zero to actually, let's 10K a month is the typical number, right? When you're doing that, when you've done that, your brand, your social proof is growing while your income is growing as well. much faster because an AI agency client can be worth a couple thousand a month. To reach that with just content creation, it's a very, very slow game, right? So like for content creation, it typically starts out at the bottom and it almost goes up like this at the beginning. And it's just a very slow. And then you have a moment in your career, right? When you get this, okay? When you get your social proof and you learn your niche, and then content starts to go like this. And then eventually it starts to level back out. But this phase opens up a lot of doors for people. But when does this phase usually start for people that are in the business space? Well, when they have this. Okay? So the speed is not only money, speed to money, it's also reaching this moment faster. Okay? So not only am I trying to make money quicker, I'm also trying to get my brand to have this moment quicker as well. All right, well, enough about why I'm doing this. Let's talk about like what I'm actually doing. So my offer is make you more money. Simple as that. Because I'm going to cut all the bullshit, guys. Anyone in the AI space that's telling you, pick a niche, find a pain point, solve it, they're 100% correct. But I'm going to tell you right now, businesses do not care. Their number one pain point in any local business is this right here. Any business actually in general is making them more money. That is the pain point you should be trying to solve. They don't care about an onboarding automation that saves them 10 hours a day. They do not care. They care about this. How is this going to make me more money? Okay. And can you actually show it making them more money? Well, so my offer to businesses is to make them more money. Now, this is something I agree with that I didn't always agree with. Okay. Step number one, you need to pick a niche. You need to pick a niche, and I did not think, I never understood this. And I'm going to tell you why you need to pick a niche. The reason you need to pick a niche is because you need to be, they always say you need to be framed as an expert in the space. You need to be the expert. No. Yes, is it good because when you start showing results to them, like, hey, I got this roofing company, X amount of dollars because blah, blah, blah. Yes, because they relate, because they're all in the same niche. But what I'm trying to say here is each business has its own specific, I guess it's its own puzzle, right? And the more you double down into a single niche, the more you understand the business. So the more you can tailor your offer and your product to the niche. Because if you don't niche down, right? And let's say you have a client that's a roofer, and then you have a client that's a real estate agent. You're not going to be able to service them both equally because you're not going to have full understanding of that niche and become an expert in that niche to be able to build your product to make that niche more money. You're not going to understand their sales process. You're not going to understand their ideal clients. You're not going to understand how their business even operates. You know, their sales process, what works for them and what doesn't. So you need to pick a niche. All right. And there's usually a couple things that I say that make sense to me when it comes to picking a niche. And I'm trying to be relatable to you guys, not like these gurus. Okay. So I'm just getting started in the agency space as well. Okay. Now, the obvious is high ticket, right? Now, why do we want a high ticket niche? The reason we want a high ticket niche is because we want to pick a niche where we have to deliver a lower amount of volume to justify our higher prices. Okay. So, for example, if you pick like I said, okay, yeah, we'll go roofing company. We'll just say roofing. Let's go look and see how many jobs or how much one job roofing is worth to a company. How much job worth to a roofing company? One roofing job is worth around $10,000 in total revenue. Okay, that's average. Okay. Now we don't really know what their margins are. Some say profit margin 83%. of 10 to 40%, whatever that means. Okay. But we just know we're talking your revenue, top line. One job. So if our services, whatever you guys do, and I'll tell you my offer and why I think it's the best offer to target businesses with and why I think it's a no-brainer, is if our system generates them one job a month, okay, and let's say we do a 3-month program. So one job a month, that covers, because I don't know anybody who's going to be charging more than $10K a month for automations, especially to a roofing company. Let's say you charge $2K a month. That's a 5X on business revenue. They invest $2K, they get $10K back. It's a no-brainer, right? So it needs to be something where you have to deliver a low amount. Now, let's say you did like a restaurant. They might need to sell 1,000 dishes of their highest value steak to reach that 10K a month. Which one's more feasible? I'm going to go with the higher ticket niche. Okay. Another one, in my opinion, low regulated. What do I mean by low regulated? I don't want to deal with HIPAA. I don't want to deal with all these legal things and stuff like that. I want my opinion, a blue collar niche where the work is high ticket and it's a low regulated industry where they're just, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to collect sensitive details. It's just people show up with their handyman skills. It's a high ticket service. I make them money and it pays for my fee times 5. Okay. So I would go something low regulated, and I would say no. I know ChatGPT, you're going to go on ChatGPT and you're going to ask for a niche. It's going to say med spa. I would avoid those at all costs. I don't feel like talking to doctors and things like that. I just don't. And the next thing when I think about picking a niche is TAM. Okay. Is there a lot of them? You know, is there a lot of them? Are they year round? Are they easily contactable? So TAM, to me, total addressable market, it isn't just like, is there a lot of them? I like to think, okay, yes, is there a lot of these companies in the United States, Canada, wherever, actually, doesn't really matter. Okay. Next thing is, are they easily accessible? Okay. Med spa, I don't really know. I didn't try, but I don't feel like sitting down with doctors and HIPAA compliance and all that stuff. Are they easily accessible? So this can look like a lot of niches. Home remodeling companies, roofing, HVAC, landscaping, landscape lighting, pool builders, things. I mean, you could go on and on and on, these high ticket services, right? You could do granite countertop companies. Plumbing, I'm pretty sure is still decently high ticket. I don't really know. But now let's go into what you offer these businesses. What to offer? All right. Well, we want to make them more money. So what's step number 1? How do we make them more money? Well, we got to get them more leads. Right? We got to get them more clients. What's the best way in today's age? Guess what? Guess what we're going to offer these guys? Paid ads / content. You're probably like, oh God, SMMA. No, not quite. But yes, paid ads, content. We need to get their services and their work in front of more people. Okay? Their target people. Not just more people, but their target people. Paid ads comes first. Any kind of ad we make for them then becomes content on their page, right? We want them to dominate their area, right? We want to actually have more leads coming through the door, coming through the sales pipeline. How do we do that? Paid ads, content. That's quite literally it. So, but where does AI come into place? Where does the AI agency come into place? Well, a little sneak peek. It's this guy. Nope, not that guy. It's this guy. Okay. This is my AI conversational SMS speed lead booking assistant multi-state engine blah 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 technical nerd stuff. Okay. Well, when a new lead comes in, we capture it, we contact it, we qualify it, and we connect them or book them. What do I mean by that? New lead comes in from an ad that we're running for an HVAC company. This part right here sends an initial message to that lead and says, hey, Jordan, thanks for filling out the form on our ad, blah, 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 where you said that you wanted to blah, 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 blah. Just want to make sure, am I speaking to Jordan? Studies show that contacting within 60 seconds of a lead inquiring, I think it increases conversions by like 380% or something like that, 370%. So we execute what's called speed to lead. Now, the qualify, connect, and booking them, that is this start phase of the process. We are asking specific qualification questions right? Like, are you the homeowner? What's your scope of work? What exactly are you looking to get done? How soon are you looking to get this done? Did you have a budget in mind? Have you gotten any quotes for this before? If we're in hours, guess what? Instead of booking them for an appointment, guess what we're going to do? We're going to take this qualified lead now that we have on the hook, and if it's in business hours, we then are going to connect them with the business owner or their front desk, whatever they prefer, and get that lead while it's hot, talking to someone and scheduling that appointment for someone to come out. Now, if we're after hours, then we go down this path where then we book them for a time for someone to come out to their house to solve whatever issue that they're inquiring about. This right here is the core offer. This is the deliverable. I said that backwards. This right here is the core offer. More leads, more clients. This is the deliverable. How do we do it? Well, we generate leads from paid ads, and then we use AI to capture them, contact them, qualify them, connect them to you, or book them in your calendar. All right, drum roll. What are we using for our front end? You guessed it. GoHighLevel. Okay. If you guys are not using GoHighLevel, you're sleeping under a rock, because GoHighLevel, if you're trying to own an agency, in this case, this would be a hybrid between a marketing agency and an AI agency. This is the place to be. Reason being is you can do everything from here. You can create it just makes scaling an agency unbelievable. You have calendars where you can connect their calendar to. You can build them a opportunity pipeline. There's AI agent studio. There's automations that you can build that connect directly to the pipeline and everything like that. You can build them funnels, which is where the clients land from the ads. This is the perfect front end that ties in with our back end, okay? Because most people are just going to sell or GoHighLevel. This is where you can make yourself different, okay? If you're watching my video, you most likely have come from my other n8n videos. We can still use n8n as our backend, and that's going to make us more powerful than these regular GoHighLevel only AI agencies, okay? Because we're able to build more complex systems like this multi-state agent conversational SMS agent, okay? That's going to perform 1,000 times better than any chatbot that someone's going to build in like retail, or it's going to perform better than any voice agent that someone's going to have call a lead after they fill out a form. This actually gets to have a human texting conversation. Everybody likes to text better anyway. But GoHighLevel needs to be your front end, because now we can store any of our, so whenever we onboard a client, we just add them as a sub account. We create a master snapshot. So for example, this would be for home remodeling companies with all the automations, all the pipelines, everything that a home remodeling company would need. You simply create a new account for your new client. And then guess what? We import the snapshot from this sub account into their account. We add in some custom values like their business name, their pricing, etc. Guess what? We then duplicate this workflow and we replace some values. And just like that, we have an onboarded client. Okay, and now they have a beautiful front end where they can see all their new leads. They can check the dashboard to see how much we're generating them. We can customize this dashboard to specifically tailor our offer and our niche, and they never even have to hear or see about what's happening in the back end. They just get this beautiful front end. We can brand it ourselves. Once you upgrade to the $297 a month plan, you can white label this and you can make it look like it's your own software. GoHighLevel is unmatched, but I still think it should be paired with something that excels in AI, because then you can build super complex systems that you can't quite do inside of GoHighLevel. I know I just talked away for the last 20 minutes, but like I said, I just wanted to come on here. I know it's been a little bit since recording any videos and I've kind of disappeared, but I just don't want people to think that I'm kind of withering away. I'm actually just transitioning paths, and I explained why. I explained what I think you guys should be doing. And this is going to be more of a journey documentation rather than just n8n tutorials. So without further ado, if you want to follow along for the journey and see kind of where this is headed, hit the subscribe button. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video.